Just starting in here, getting you guys hooked up to the tripod. Went and got, whoops, sorry. So I went and got my electric and plumbing. So that's my plumbing, that's my electric, and then I have PEX tubing box down low. And what is this? There's some plumbing, some material. And then down here, we got the hardware. So quite a bit to do, a little time to get it done. Basically, I got sick and tired of that crack, and now I am going to sand it down, and we'll do the same thing that we did yesterday. We'll use the caulking trick, and it'll stop that gap from getting out of pocket anymore, because I am over it. Where is it? Right there. Right there. Remember to like and subscribe, guys. So, oh shoot, I need to cover this. Look at that. This slash on my finger. See that slash? I was cleaning my trowel, sliding my finger down there. And dang, didn't that hurt. So, I just got to... Put some Neosporin on there. I just cleaned my finger, washed it with soap. I just want this to heal. I always forget to put tape around my finger when I mud. And every single time, my trowel cuts me right there. Okay. Nice. All right, so I'll just get this. I just like to cap this off a little. There. Give this a little fold. Keep that closed so no dust gets in there. We should be good. Dang. I need another spot for my little trash can now that the sink's in. Well, how's everybody doing? I'm right in the middle of a transition phase with going from carpentry to mud. Oh, it's crazy. So, right up there. Remember to like and subscribe, everybody. Hit that subscribe button, please. Okay. So, right now I'm just trying to sand it down lower. This right here is because my jack stud most likely was weak. Always remember, get the tops of your doors clean. Nice, that's coming out good. Okay, so, let's dig out. I'm gonna dig out what I can so I can get some sealant, or some adhesive in there, really. This is a different method, but it's a quick way to stop the crack. I should have used a full piece here, but I just threw in a couple scraps to make it make sense, but it ended up not making sense. Okay. Let me get the rest of this. Come on. Wow. Okay. So now I'll leaf blow that out. I think tomorrow we'll be able to lay the last coat of mud on most of this. But that's why I'm attacking it now, because basically you just never know how long one bad problem can take. Okay, so I always like to drill out of adhesive because it's all hard there and you don't want it to get stuck. So I'd rather pull it out than push it in and create worse of a problem. So right now I'm gonna literally force this adhesive on my slowest speed. This is a Milwaukee, so it's the caulk and adhesive gun, 12 volt, and where's the model number? Number 2441-20. 2441-20. They actually replaced my tube holder and the thread, so it's pretty nice. They will fix your stuff. The other day, they just sent me a brand new multi-tool because the multi-tool was unreplaceable. I worked it too hard, I guess. So you see, I'm filling these seams with adhesive. That was a hard piece. I'll set that down on that piece of paper. So I'm trying to really cram this in there. And what it's going to do, it's going to hold that drywall together. Alright. So now I'll take all this excess, slip it up there. Now, I want to keep that area nice and not too thick. I want it to be narrow. You know, I don't want it to widen girth out like I would mud. I just want to keep it right in the realm of where the paint used to be. Just keep it in the paint, just like basketball, right? All right, here we go. I'll take go up and push. So now I'm just really forcing this stuff. Deep. And I'm just deepening it and deepening it. Okay? Now I really don't want this past my mud micrometer. Like I really want it to go further in than what my mud will be. Therefore, I've scraped it really hard, and I'm hopefully forcing it deeper than what a mess. So you see how it's 0-second grab. So whatever it grabs, it just grabs, dries up, cures, hardens quick. So now we don't have a bulge poking out. All right, show the powder. So you have cocaine on you. You guys are hilarious. You sound like loose, I don't know who that is. Or maybe Drew P. Balls. What the fuck, Drew P. Balls? Yeah, that's hilarious. You patch over that? Gotcha. So basically, I'm taking... So what I'm doing, I'm taking the high point, I cut it out so it's not peaking up on both sides. I cut that out with a little bit of a wide girth. Then I fill it with an elastomeric adhesive, right? Yeah, you know what's funny? I drove the first boat I ever owned about 80 miles. I don't know, it's got to be 80 miles. It took me like 2 hours to get there. You know what I'm saying? And up this river, through a couple different bays, and up this long river, Penn Bay River, up to where my father was, where he was living. And he could not believe that I drove in that seas because it ended up getting rough. When you get up into the river, it gets nice and calm. But on my way back, we dealt with 10-foot seas. And when I got there, he was waiting at the wharf. And he goes, boy, you got balls the size of basketball. You got balls the size of basketballs, boy. I couldn't even believe it. Vanessa Perkowski, That's okay. You don't have to like me. I appreciate your support on the channel, though. If you want to subscribe, maybe you can find out that I'm actually pretty good at what I do. I built all this, right? That's just a cabinet, right? That's just a shelf. All right, pretty cool. I built all these walls, all these doors. All right, put in the windows, everything, right? So, everything in here. See, we throw on the sconce. That gives light to this corner. Throw on the recessed lighting. That right there is the drywall vent. Yeah, J Sal's. That's yeah. She was quite blunt and truthful. It looks like she may have left, but just installing this. No, this is my house. Yeah, I've been in this same fucking apartment for 8 months, doing tiny little pieces of wood, building these goddamn doors. Look, not one nail is holding that door in. Not one. It's all glue. Tight carpentry. Tongue and groove. That's rabbited just like this is too. So the plywood lays into it. Not one nail holding this faceplate. The only thing that, and these drawers are glued and screwed as well. They're dadoed in. So the bottom drawer is just dadoed in. Same deal. So these are 20-inch deep. Those are 18-inch deep. I built the whole damn cabinet. Got this for free. Paid $2,600 for that. Paid $3,600 for this plank. Had to buy all the lumber, all the doors. I bought all the PVC and the PEX tubing. All the PVC and PEX tubing to install it all. So, put all the luan in on this side. I, built all this. So that used to be the opening of the closet. So I took and I cut out, I basically took this size and placed it on the other end, cut that size out, and put that piece of sheetrock right there. So I just swapped doors, right? And I gave this the bedroom, the closet instead. And right in here, this is going to be a hallway. So the wall will come out from here, then it'll angle off to there, and then it'll go in. That toolbox will be in my shed. All this stuff will be in my shed. And there'll be a door right here you can walk in. Boom. And it'll be a nice, tight maintenance area. You'll be able to get to all the tanks and all the levers and valves. Today, I need to prep to plumb this out. I've already set the cabinet, so that's good and tight. But I have to set up a P-trap, and I got to hook up the valves for the faucet. Over here, I got to do the same thing. Put the drains in, set up an elephant trunk, bring it over, double P-trap, and then hook the valves in. But I'm also catching up all these blemish areas that have either been hit during construction or just completely forgotten because this has been a one-man project. I mean, just check this out, guys. Make sure we like and subscribe. What's the point of doing this? I took an empty room that was 25 foot by 35 foot, and I upgraded my house $100,000. I spent 8 months on this and about $50,000. I'm not kidding. Like we're looking at least 30 grand worth of material and at least 80 grand worth of work. I had to level all the floors. This is going to help two people, a two-bedroom, a two-person family, or a mom and a dad and their kid. It's going to help someone this is going to help someone have a home. Why wouldn't I? The whole country needs more housing. And people get mad at me for being the one. Yes, of course. This is what I do. I try to help people have homes. I make people's homes better. But this one is for me. This is my home. It's a 4-unit. And this was just a big empty room. And now I made it into a 2-bedroom, basically a luxury apartment. I mean, it's literally luxury flooring, luxury countertop, luxury vanity, custom homemade built, all PVC trim. That's all AZEK. I used a laser to literally line that up to that. It's all laser leveled in, everything. Look at this. This is 45'd in with, and it's cut back. This is like a little lip. It lips over. And I'm going to spray the whole place again. So I spray. Once I'm done with all this mud, you see all the patches. It's everywhere. I'm going to spray all the ceiling stuff white. I'm spraying all the walls, all the doors. Is that what you would pay for a 2-bedroom luxury apartment? Because I'm probably just going to Airbnb it if people can't be a little bit more polite. I can get $200 a night for this place. Literally. $200 a night on Airbnb. And people will spend that on a year lease. So if people can't be polite, I offer everything. I offer electricity, power, trash. There's a sewer here. We have a beautiful well with wonderful spring water. Snow plow. I mow the lawn. I leaf blow the parking lot off. Yes, I mean, people don't understand all the hard work and effort. I mean, literally, I'm bleeding, okay? I'm bleeding for this. Look at me sweat. Look, I'm sweating my ass off right now. Like, I'm not comfortable. If this was easy, everybody would do it. But it's not. So people sit on their computers and they love to cry and whine and pick on people. But really, what are they doing productive in their life? Nothing. Nothing at all. I just put all this, if you guys would look at my channel, I just put all this collar tie, tiny little apron, band board around this to hide this luau that had to shift up. You know, I built this literally just off my head. I actually designed all of these shelves and doors myself. All right, put it this way. Check this out, Vanessa. Just watch this, please, before you go. Just please give me the chance to explain myself, okay? All right, so before I came here, I own a construction company. I still do. It's just I'm building on my own home now, okay? All right. To sit down and figure out these doors, I literally had to sit here and figure out exactly how I needed to cut them to be structural. I needed to figure out every single ID and OD dimension. Then I had to figure out exactly what I had to cut for actuals. Then I had to literally put a list on every single piece of board on this whole place and then cut it to perfection or else it wouldn't glue right. Just this took me a whole week. Then I come in the next week and do drawers. This is just me figuring out kind of how much I need to be on the OD, right? And then I had to figure out dimensions on how I was going to cut them. And then I had to figure out over here as well, right? And this is me sitting down, taking hours of my time figuring this stuff out. Yes, I could have ordered one, but I wanted to do one custom. So then I get down to my door panels, like these pieces of birch plywood, figure out basically what they needed to be. And then I figured out what I needed for my drawers, door panels and drawer panels, right? Because there's plywood here and here and here, right? And then I had to figure out my boxes, how big my boxes had to be, right? How big these had to be able to just slide effortlessly on these ball bearing slides, right? Kitchen drawers. This is the left side, and then that side is deeper, so I had to build deeper pockets. So these are a little bit longer. And look at all that. I literally had to cut all that perfect and figure it all out. I ran the Da Vinci's code here, right? Had to figure out how I was going to make it structural for this shelf to meet these two boards to meet with this bottom drawer, right? So I figured out my dado and how big it had to be, how big my cut was going to be. Same thing here, drawer bottoms, how big they were going to be, and how much I had to dado them if I was going to. Same side. This is right side and left side. See? And then this here, I was going to structuralize a dimension out, and then I just realized granite needs to be full surface, so I used Luan, just a sheet of Luan, and it actually worked out perfect. I mean, look at that. It's just flawless, right? So now I was doing my collar ties. These here, these little tiny boards that go around and hide that Luan, because you see the shift? This Corian was supposed to be 1.25 inches, like this, but it ended up being 1.5 inches. So I had to lift this higher, and that made this have Luan exposed. So I band boarded, collar tied the whole thing. Well, I gave it a collar. Anyway, that had to be done before I could move on. Now my cabinet is done, right? Cabinets are done. Beautiful, great. Now I can move on to these. So like there's little spots where I wanted to put this shelf just out to here, right? And I was going to expend a little bit past the stove, or at least to the edge of the stove. But the stud was fighting me heavy there, and I didn't want to keep destroying the wall. And I found a very good stud over here. Said it's okay. There'll just be a space between the fridge and the stove, and they'll have an outlet over the stove that they can use. Great, good enough. You know, so like in this, that piece of drywall wanted to go heavy, so I had to cut into it and use well, it's kind of a new school, old school technique. I had to do it here as well, where I use elastomeric caulking or sealant or adhesive to hold that gap together without the drywall cracking. You could just say, just buy a motel. There are no motels around here, Vanessa. There are no motels around here. And any motels that there are, usually they're booked. A lot of people don't want a nasty old junk box hotel, 1 bedroom, like yucky place. They want a nice, clean place like this. Obviously, it's not clean right now. Obviously, I smoke in here. All this stuff will be cleaned out. I'm in the middle of a huge 8-month construction site, 1-man job, okay? So everything here will be cleaned. All of this will be stained. All of that will be stained. That will be white. I'll hide that. Anything high, I'm hiding in the white. That's a new HVAC I had to put in for the upstairs tenant in his bedroom. Some reason before I moved, they blocked off he had a vent and they just blocked it completely off. So I put one on this side of the room, attached it right there, and it worked right out perfect. I left the lights because they light the room, but I'll probably get some really cool modern shades to put underneath them. Maybe not completely cover them, but to dress them up a little bit. I put new lights in here. Those weren't there at all. I put like this, every wall you see partition is all brand new. I had to build all this. You guys can watch my channel and check it out. But as a painter that enjoys learning everything related to cabinetry, I respect this a lot. Yes, and this is what I'm trying to show people, that you can do both. You can do everything. Well, I mean, it's just the truth. A lot of people, they want to get, well, man, I could just do this. And okay, good enough for that, but there is a market for this. It's a huge thing. And not only that, if no one touches it at all, I still raise the equity of my house at least $100,000. I can still sell this house for $100,000 more because this was an empty room it had a concrete floor on it. It was a painted gray concrete floor, and you guys can watch all my videos. I have it all documented from day one. just literally posting this up. There was only 4 posts in this room. That was it. Everything was just wall to wall. And I built slowly over time. So if that doesn't help earn you guys to subscribe to my channel, even Vanessa, so that you can see me fail just like you want me to, please subscribe to my channel. Well, yeah, I mean, this place is close to that now. This is a 4-unit. It's got 2 3-bedroom apartments, a 2-bedroom, and a 1-bedroom. But it's got a pretty good sized property. I mean, just my parking lot, it goes really far. And then there's a huge back lawn, goes way out deep, and then it comes with 3 acres of land. 3.7 acres. So, almost 4 acres of land, which really isn't bad. That's quite a nice chunk of land. But I've completely redone the whole place. I mean, just putting the trim in after look at all this trim, That's getting mudded right now, so that looks like crap. But I mean, I mitered everything. Everything is mitered. Everything is just top notch, I have to caulk all this, but I need to get my mud straight before I caulk everything, All this, but check this out as well. Every single time I ran into one of these straps, I had to dado my quarter round. You see how I had to cut the quarter round to get it to sit flush and sealed? So now I'm gonna spray over all this, and I'll show you. So if you look right here and right there used to be metal straps screwed to the ceiling and then screwed to this, holding this up. 2 metal ones, one there and then one over here. And it was an empty space, and there wasn't any drywall in there. It was just an empty patch and you could see all the floor joists and the insulation and all that crap. So what I did, I temporarily posted it, got it to hold up by itself so that I could take the straps off and it would just sit there nice and proud. And I built this, okay? Because there's a break in one of the ducts that goes straight up, and it actually helps heat this side of the room. So I left it, and I put holes inside that. I wasn't going to at first, but I realized that it was actually helping quite a bit. So, it's got 4 kitchens, 4 bathrooms, 11 rooms. Well, it's got 3 bedrooms and an office, or a den, and then it has, so it's 3 plus 5 plus 6, so that's 9. I got 9 bedrooms and a den. So really, it's a 10-bedroom house. 10-bedroom house, 4 kitchens, 4 bathrooms. And they all have their own laundry, washer and dryer. Every one of them. And I'm in down East Maine on the coast. So, of course, it's going to always keep going up. It'll never devalue. Well, thank you, Vanessa. I hoped I could try to change your mind. You said you didn't like me. I think it's because I was smoking. I shouldn't smoke. I really shouldn't, but I do. I put a lot of work into this place, like putting that angled wall in so that when you walk in, it gives it more room, and someone can sit over there. This is a single family home. So it's mom, son and daughter, or son or daughter, or dad, or 2 roommates, like a Navy guy and another Navy guy. Maybe they, whatever. But yeah, usually a 2-bedroom house has, a 2-bedroom efficiency apartment has 1 bathroom. And look how big this bathroom is. It's like 7 feet wide by 13 feet long. It's huge. There's a mirror that I'm gonna put there, but I took it away. No, I'm not a gamer. I don't game at all. I construct. I built all this with my bare hands. I own a construction company. Check this out. I hope I've earned your subscription. So check this out. I'll show you this. This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. See this? It's a pallet shed. I built this pallet shed with my bare hands. Okay? I got stuff hanging on the walls. It offers all kinds of, it offers its own sheathing, its own flooring. Get yourself right off the floor. It's badass, right? And then this is what I made all my money in. This is what, see, I got a dump truck and a construction company truck. And then my fiance has her daily driver. But, I built this too. When I bought this was empty. The posts swing up and the whole thing drops into the wall on hinges. So the feet are on hinges and that whole backside is on hinges. This thing will pop and drive your car right in here. So, this is all sturdy as hell. Can I build a dumpster? I can weld the dumpster, yeah. Did you see my welder in there? Yeah, I can build anything. I put the axle back on this trailer when someone ran into it. I welded the leaf spring shackles back on. I welded the axle back in, everything. I actually have a boat here too, and I do go fishing. See, that's my welder. It's argon fed to cool the metal down and stop spatter. It's also aluminum spool, stainless spool, and a TIG. You can also hook a TIG up to this. I have it right now just hooked up to MIG. But this is TIG, aluminum, and stainless spool that you can use. That's my welder right there. I can weld anything. I can build anything, People don't understand that when you come from nothing, you have to figure out how to be something, how to make sure that you're going to survive. So if my truck breaks down out in the middle of nowhere, who's going to do it? Me. I have to have all the tools in my truck to fix my truck immediately. Right then and there. Something happens, okay, whatever. I'll grab a new part and put it in. Instantly, right on the side of the road. Be right back on the road, done. Flat tire, cool. Got a jack right there. Jack that thing up. Big old creeper jack. Take out my 1/2-inch Milwaukee cordless gun. Big old deep sockets and drive them. Take great care of it, done. I don't play around. There ain't no time to play around. So I got that fixed. I got a lot of mud just everywhere now, and I did not want to have to do that, but it will help. It will help the finished product. And remember, this stuff isn't fun. You have to suck in drywall dust and have sawdust all over you. And you got to deal with hot days and sweat with dirt and grit all over you. This is hard to do. All the while keeping your composure and making the right cuts and putting the stuff exactly where it belongs. So it's not for everybody. And if it was easy, everybody would do it and there wouldn't be a demand for a guy like me. I just got sick and tired of putting my own time into everybody else's equity and appreciation. So I've put at least $10 million worth of equity and appreciation into one area in the state of Maine, in the mid-coast area. And it was 10 years, it was my 10th year anniversary, and I said, you know what, I'm done renting. I need a house. I'm sick of putting my own money into someone else's bank account, into someone else's mortgage. By the end of it, I ended up losing $100,000 that I could have had in my own name, in my mortgage, which would have been equity that I could have taken out if I needed it, right? Either way, it would have been asset rich, right? So that's 10 years lost. So now I'm scrambling, trying to catch up, right? So I bought a multi-unit. It's an investment property. It's a business. So instantly I started building rooms. There was huge bedroom and a tiny, I made that 2 bedrooms, 2 good sized bedrooms. Upstairs, I tried to put another bedroom in because there's a demand for it. People just need bedrooms. They don't even care what size they are, really. Especially in this area, there just isn't enough homes. So I'm trying to provide more homes. I kind of went overboard here, but this is my style. This is what I do. It's what I like to do. So I'm going to build it the way I like to build it. That's all. And a huge, huge shout out to Hammond Lumber, because Hammond Lumber literally has had my back over anything I've needed. Anything I've needed this whole time, they will deliver it to me and everything. So if it weren't for Hammond Lumber, my relationship that I've built with them over the years, this job wouldn't have been possible. You know why? Because my garage burned down with $350,000 worth of equipment in it, in material. And that's including the taxes that were involved and everything, So, and the buildings, all the buildings, it wasn't just a garage. It had a back shed, it had a huge awning and another shed, all burned down. And everything around the garage, including one side of my house melted. So I still have to vinyl that. But I need to get this place done so that it'll pay for the vinyl. So it's just, I got a lot on my plate. And I put myself into a lot of debt doing this. But if you don't take the leap, you'll never ever move forward in life. So I have all the tools. I have someone that can back me up and make sure that I have what I need to do this. Because they know as soon as I go back working, I can pay that off within a month or 2, right? But if I had my crew, this place would have been done in probably 3 months tops, maybe even less. But with one man, it's just a lot, really. When you go from doing high-end cabinetry to sweeping the floor, it kind of messes your mind up a little bit, right? So right now I'm waiting on mud to dry, and I should be picking up all these tools for carpentry and getting ready to plumb. But I hope I earned you guys subscription. I didn't mean to go on a rant, but I think it's important that people do know that this stuff, it's hard. If it was easy, everybody would do it, and it is it's a nice job. It's not, you're not out there in the ocean or in the mud clamming or, I'm safe at home. I got my kids just 2 apartments across the driveway, my parking lot, right? So I'll always be home at night. That's the cool thing. I was a fisherman for a while, but the fishing industry to me was dying out, and I had a driving lust, literally, to build. I just wanted to build. I love building. I like helping people have a good life. So this is gonna give someone a nice, good, healthy life. Excuse me, sorry. Don't drink Red Bull. Not good for you. Alright, I gotta figure out what I need to keep out and what I don't. I need my mudding tools, because periodically I'm going to be mudding this whole time. I have to plumb these sinks in, and I have to put tile backsplash in. And then I don't know. I was gonna do the tile after, but I'm worried that my tile is gonna make a big mess in here after I paint. So, not really, because my tile saw has an extra pump. I installed an extra pump hooked right to the switch electronically, so it's a really nice, I hooked it up. It's like the best, it's a nice saw. You guys will see it in a couple days. I'll have it out. All this carpentry stuff will be gone, and I'll be tiling. I'm moving towards painting. I need to get to paint, and then once I'm done painting, I'll be ready to roll. But I got to clean this place out and caulk all the gaps and cracks. Then I have to tape everything down, mask anything that I don't want painted all over again. I've already done that once to prime the place, but now I'm gonna just paint everything all over again. And what I don't want painted, I gotta be really careful to not touch. So there'll be a lot of taping and masking. I'll show you that. So these are masking. So see this here? That is a roll of plastic that will open up to like, what that one's 72 inches. You can get them at all different sizes though. So once you pull that out, it'll literally pull down, and you can pull it as wide as you want, you know. You can go from there to there, cut it, and then pull it down, and it'll stay taped up top. And you can pull it down to the floor, tape it off on the sides, and that door is now masked. So like, we'll do it to this vanity, we'll do it, you know, to quite a lot of places. But I also use drop cloths, and I tape the perimeter. I'm thinking I ought to just keep the wood natural and just stain it. I'm thinking if I stain it to a gun smoke, which is maybe even lighter than a gun smoke, maybe like an oak style, because this is natural oak. That's the color name, Target Progen. They call it natural oak. So I could stain this pine to match this darker color, because the pine and birch, they have kind of an orangey look to it. But I could, you know, make it match this, and it would look really nice. But I still would have to paint the walls. So maybe I can just tape over the butt ends of all the trim, and because I have to spray the doors as well. I have to tape off all the hinges. It's going to be a big job to spray in here again, but I've done many different styles of interior painting. You know, I've painted cabinets before without getting a drop on the countertop or the floor. So I just got to get her done, you know. So while I talk to you guys, and hopefully you guys are subscribing, because we got beautiful herringbone tile coming in with a beautiful black granite border that will match this black granite. It's beautiful. It'll kind of tie in the whole kitchen. That herringbone tile is beautiful. It's in the shed. I'll show it to you. I'll pull it out tomorrow, because I want to pull in my tiling saw to get that acclimated. Make sure there's no ice in it. Make sure, you know, the hoses are warm, the electricity's dried out, and all that crap. Yep, so I just got to clean. I'm really getting close. Getting close. I'll get it prepped out so that tomorrow I can plumb. But I have to make sure I have all my pieces. That's going to be a big deal right there. It's just making sure my pieces are here. And I want to make sure. So yeah, I'll be able to take both these saws out tonight. Wow, this is going to be great. I can literally take all the wood out. I'm pretty sure I'm done with the wood. Like I'm finished, complete. The wood is complete. That's where all my refrigerators, stoves, dryer, all kinds of different stuff's in there. It's like triple, quadruple. My cheapest rent is my 1-bedroom. Oh, I see what you're saying. You got a lot of buildings with a lot of, you have less demand for, so this apartment is probably going to pull 1,700. This one is. My 3 bedrooms, I have 2 3-bedrooms. Well, one 3.5. It's 3 with a den. And I have 1 3 with a den. I have 1 3 that's a brand new build. I have this one's a brand new build. That's a 2-bed. And then I have a 1-bedroom that is kind of shoddy interior, but I dressed it up really nice with nice fancy trim. So, well, they're already rented. I'm living in the new build 3-bedroom with my family. This one's rented above. When I move there, these people are going to take they're going to take my spot where I'm living. This is probably going to be honest, someone in the Navy maybe, or Coast Guard or something, or a nurse. It just depends on who can afford it, to be honest. I know, isn't it crazy? Where do you live? Hi, Bella. Hi, Bella, baby. Daddy's working. I'm sorry, I get talking, but I get worked up sometimes. People don't appreciate this business is really, to be honest, especially when you're the owner, the boss, and the worker, owner operator, it gets stressful because a lot of guys, they just won't show up. Like right now, I'm not hiring anybody. There's a guy upstairs that I call in every now and then when I need heavy lifting, just because I don't want to break something or, break my walls or whatever, Like when we do when I move the wood, that's a big one. I use him a lot then. But what am I saying here? Yeah, it's just, and people get jealous. People steal your tools. It's just crazy. Well, have her come over. I'll air the place out. Open up the windows real quick. I'll be over in about an hour or 2. It shouldn't be long. Wow, I've made a mess of this place. All right, I'm putting my mudding tools over here from now on. Mideast Michigan. Wow. So you're on like Lake Superior. See, I'm down East Maine. It really isn't it isn't heavily populated anymore. It's not built out. Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah, so this place here, it's just not up to those speeds yet. A lot of people that have land are living in a camper, you know. I'm not saying, you know, newcomers, they buy land and they live in a camper until they can buy a house or build a house on that property. Yep. That's a good area to go fishing, for sure. I'll need my tape measure for sure. My knife, don't really think I will, but I'll leave it out. I should have some cardboard on this countertop, both of them, but I am going to polish them. I have sealer coming, so I have to clean them. They'll be cleaned up well, polished well, and then I'll seal them off. Oh, cool. My uncle owns a charter. Yeah, my uncle owns a charter. He, well, I don't know if he still does, but yeah, he used to take people fishing quite a bit. He may still have one in Florida, but he moved from Maine to Florida. I guess that's where it's at nowadays. Probably low taxes and just a little bit more conservative, maybe. I don't know. I don't understand it, but that's where they moved. Probably cheaper living, better lifestyle, easier on stress-wise. More people to commerce with. Oh yeah. I used to go ice fishing quite a bit, but I actually went ice fishing just a couple weeks ago on the family pond. It's pretty neat. Beavers made a beautiful pond on this property that my stepfather owns. And I'll tell you what, this place, he's made this place into like a palace. It's awesome. We got deer, we have deer trails, we got herringbone cutouts for forest management to let the trees grow and then take what trees need to come out for light and take what trees are ready for harvest. So we did forest management this winter. That was really cool to help learn and all that stuff. Yeah, it's been quite a trip living up here. Like my level storage. It's a great place for them. High and away. Right, put right in there. Yeah. So, how do you get rid of woodchucks? You have to trap them, but you got to remember that woodchuck made a baby, or that woodchuck has a mate. And sometimes woodchucks aren't bad. Like I said, they built 2 big, huge ponds. The one that we usually locate is like, the one that we usually are at is probably a 2.5, 3 acre pond. It's big. But yeah, it's basically like trapping. A lot of people do trap beavers for their pelt, but we're just going to leave them and let them build a lake for us. And we help them. We put more wood on their ditch that we don't need up on their bank, and then they take mud and they dig the lake deeper, and they put all that mud up high on that bank so that the water line is higher and higher and higher, and then the lake gets deeper and deeper and deeper. Groundhogs are different. Groundhogs are like little squirrels that live in the ground, kind of. Well, they're a little bit bigger than squirrels, but groundhogs and prairie dogs. But then you got The ones that, I don't know, I guess the most pesky of all would be a fisher. But you need predators to maintain stabilization of the chain of the circle of life. Just like if we didn't have great white sharks, our oceans would be just completely overrun by some of the worst fish alive. It helps the variety stay. I don't really know, okay? I'm just telling you that beavers, right? Beavers built my stepdad's ponds, okay? I don't know what the difference between a woodchuck. Maybe the USAID can tell us how much wood can a woodchuck chuck and how much money it takes to figure that one out. Maybe we should start that. We should start that lab back up again, see how much a wood can chuck, right? Really important to know. We should spend a couple more $1 billion figuring that one out. Ugh. Right, ridiculous, eh? It's completely redunculous. Then they act like someone's the bad guy. So they wanted to know everything about Trump's bank accounts for 8 years. And then all of a sudden, we start checking their bank accounts. Not even their bank accounts, really. We just start checking literally what Congress has passed for the House, the House budget or the annual budget. We can't even look into those programs without someone saying that people steal and crying about it. Well, if nothing's going on, then why are they so worried about us checking to make sure our money isn't being wasted? And this is just logical, normal thinking. Logical, normal thinking. I'm not a puppet of the state. I'm just saying. I want freedom and basic liberties, and I would like our country to be financially okay, not in distress by the time I'm gone, so that my kids can enjoy somewhat of a nice America. I know culture and everything has really gone downhill since I've been a kid, but when I was a kid, I could drive down the street with my bicycle and no one would worry about it. But now, you don't even want your kid checking the mailbox. Troll bogeys, I think so. A gallon of milk where I'm at is, it's got to be like $3.62, maybe even $4.80. It's probably, I don't know, it's between $3 and $5. I stopped looking at prices when I saw, how bad they've gotten. So I just go in, I try to be frugal, I get what I need instead of what I want. And I haven't worked at all. Well, I have. For the last year and a half, I've probably only made about, I don't know, I can't tell you that, but the last year and a half, I haven't worked much, right? So I have to be frugal right now. I've gone into massive debt building this place. It's taken a lot longer than I wanted it to, but when you have 4 guys, you can get about the same amount done as 10 guys by themselves. You see, 4 guys that run well. Tinkerbell, what's up, baby girl? I love you, honey. So basically 4 good guys all in one crew can do the same amount of work that 10 men alone could do by themselves. Remember to like and subscribe, guys. Please. I can't believe that I'm actually done with carpentry. Like, I'm walking around making sure that I'm not, like, kidding myself. Like, I'm scared to take the saws out because I'm worried I'm going to have to rip them right back in. But I'm thinking I'm done. So I can clean these saws off, get these out of the way, and bring that tile saw in. Get that acclimated, and I can bring my tiles in, get those acclimated. Yeah, this is, I can't even believe where I'm at right now. I just can't believe that I'm actually ready to paint. Close. I'm so close that I'm running second coat of mud on final touch-ups. I'll take one morning to go around and caulk all the gaps and cracks that need to be filled. Let them cure up. I'll probably do that tomorrow night before I leave, actually. That way it cures up. And then the next day, I'll come in, start masking everything off. And I'll spray the hell out of the place. This stuff I'll have to paint by hand, unfortunately. I'm not taking those shelves off. You need a tenant, start making income. So basically, I'm going to Airbnb the place, I believe. I'm going to take my time, find the right tenant. I have people that already can do it. So I already have a couple people that that have asked me, okay? I'm not gonna go too far there, but I have some very reliable people that will pay me basically, you know, guaranteed payments. Just like I guarantee that they'll be warm, they'll have enough electricity to run as many ACs that they want. They'll be dry. They will have electricity, they'll have heat, they'll have dumpster removed every second Tuesday of every month. They'll have, what else? Their lawn mowed, their driveway plowed, and salted when necessary. So, you know, it's quite a bit to it, but like I said, if it was easy, everybody would do it. No one wants to do the hard work. No one wants to do the hard work anymore. They all want robots, but they hate Elon Musk. And Elon Musk is running the racket. He's the one who owns really the best robots in the world. And I don't get that either. Like, they loved him. He was the Democrats' knight in shining armor. Gave him his own Saturday Night Live sitcom. And now, because he's trying to make America come back to the front with its finances and not go into bankruptcy within 5 or 10 years, now everybody hates him. Yeah, free trash removal. Put anything you want in that dumpster. Anything you want. Yep. And I even pack it down if it's too heavy or too full. Because a lot of people, including myself, order Amazon, and there's a lot of cardboard involved. I should just get a separate cardboard dumpster, but usually it equals itself out. So I need to get all this trim, all that plywood in storage. I need to put these saws away. I need to put all this, I need to go through all this stuff and separate it accordingly so that when I need a piece of wood, I can go to a specific spot, a specific style of wood. So that'll be, you see what I'm saying? I can't just put one of my laborers on that and start the plumbing. I have to do all that myself. You know, by now, all this would be caulked. Everything. I already did the ceilings when I did the wood, but Like all the floor, all that mopboard, all the doors, all these nail holes, all these gaps, all this stuff, that would already be like caulked right now if I had my crew. But, you know, I don't have my crew. It's a one-man band. So I get slowed down quite a bit, and it just takes a little bit longer than, well, 10 times longer, I guess. I don't know. Could have been a 3-month job, and now it's going to turn into a 9-month job. So 3 times longer. All right, that's my mud. I need this mud. We'll keep that over there with the wand. This. What a mess. Okay, slide that out of the way, tighten her up so she don't go nowhere. Bring this into itself. Sorry, tighten her up. So that's tight. Gotta tighten this down. Gotta unplug the gang box. Pull that over here. Slip that behind there. So that's ready to roll. I have to blow all of it off with a leaf blower. But first I want to capture that dust, because I use it for oil spill or whatever the heck, cleanup. Something spills on the driveway, coolant, whatever, it'll clean it up. Good luck, God bless. Hey, Z3H, make sure you subscribe. Lord is Jesus, and God bless you as well. Best of wishes to you and your family. See, I'm not the type of person that hates on anyone. I really don't. If you're doing good, that's good for you, really. It's good for you and good for me, to be honest. Because if we're all doing good, then what's the problem? You see what I'm saying? So, like, basically, if you see me doing good, don't get upset, don't get jealous, don't get frustrated that you can't have or you don't have whatever. I see people all the time that have way more than I do. What I do is I go and learn. I pick their ear. How'd you get there? How did you do that? What do I have to do to get to that part? Or where does that come in life? How much of this do you need to do before you get there, right? And then all of a sudden, after learning little by little by little, you know what? I'm going to keep those and put them on my countertop. Matter of fact, I might even use that Luan. I got to clean it off first, though. So I'll just slide that over here for now. So I'm getting all this ready to move into my trailer. Okay. Those under channels collect so much dust. Remember to like and subscribe, everybody. I'm going to be mudding, whoops, finishing my mud tomorrow, plumbing out my sink tomorrow, and I may even start to tile, or at least get that like figured out what I need for it. Well, I already have all the material, but I don't know. I'm switching everything out, so it's done with the wood. I've built what I need to build. Now I need to finish it off. Mud, tile, paint, caulk. Well, mud, caulk, tape and paper, tape and plastic, everything off, mask it off. Plumb, mud, tape, mask, clean, seal, caulk, all the gaps and cracks, and then paint. And once I'm done painting, I can install all my door handles, my faucet, my shower head, this faucet, my toilet, and everything will be done. But my detector, I don't know why the hell that's off. I gotta put that back on. So I just pull this out of the way real quick. Yeah. I'm gonna try to capture all this dust. See, his name's Toby. He's a good boy. Very good man, this one. You know, these rollers are huge helps. Then we got Bob and Toby, and they're great. It's just like having two more men there. Rollers are awesome, but I'm done with rollers. I don't need them, so I can put them back in the trailer. Let me set you guys up somewhere fancy. Put it in the comments. Do you guys like this black granite against this white corian? This has got to be at least $1,000 piece right here. This right here is $1,000 piece. Now, this hole and this hole will be filled. You won't even be able to see the difference. In about the 24th, all the stuff will be here to do it. And I'll be polishing all this off. You can see all the nice gray and white flecks. So I'll be mimicking that inside of that. It'll be really nice. And then I polish it all off and seal it. And I'll be sealing that as well. And then it'll give about 3 months of good hard washing that basically it'll be waterproof for a while. And it won't allow fingerprints on it and stuff like that. Check this out, guys. Look at how that connects. Isn't that just cool? It's almost like alien-like. Like it grabs. It looks like a UFO. Isn't that neat as hell? I don't know how I came up with it, but I was just like building one day and it all just kind of came together. Anyway. Setting you guys up so that you can watch me clean this hellhole up, yeah. Well, it's not a hellhole, because I am coveted by Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit. So, basically, there's no evil here. Wow, there's a lot of, holy crap. But you see, I should be plumbing right now, and I'm sweeping the floor. And this just slows you down. Just one more thing to slow you down. That's all. I have a lot of work lined up. As soon as I'm done with this build, I've got quite a bit of work lined up. And I've been giving my card out to more people. Basically, people that'll be able to afford having me. There's no sense. There's no sense to give your card to people that can't afford your time, you know. Now, usually if they're polite and they're not mean to me, I'll work with them and help them out, not charge them my usual costs. But you know, if you do that for one, you got to do it for everybody. So I just don't like getting into all that. Like, oh, hi, I just met you. I want your friend price. It's like, if you were my friend, you would be doing enough for me that I wouldn't even care about doing work for you, because when I need help, my friend comes and helps me, right? When he needs help or she needs help, whatever, I go and help them, right? We don't look at it as money on money. We look at it as, thanks for helping out. See you later. We'll have hot dogs and watch the game later or something, you know. Yeah, that's not bad. It's a full scoop. I'd take care of an oil spill. Good old full bucket, a full scoop, shovel scoop. Holy crap. Oh. So, a lot of the times people need shavings and go to the store. I make shavings all day long as a carpenter. So I'm just gonna start bagging them up. And when I need shavings someday, you know, I'll have shavings. Sawdust. Shavings are more like pencil shavings, right? Sawdust is a lot. This is what they use for like cow beds or calf beds. A little bit more dense, but still fluffy. Fluffy. Fluff. Come on. You always want to hear that click when you put your fence in. See this here? And you don't want the fence poking out any more than the strut arm is. So you want to just bring it in like that. You hear that click. If you heard that click, then you know it won't come loose. You're going to have to rip that thing out. But that's the whole point. You don't want your fence falling out because it's just going to ruin your trash. Tree trash? What? All right. I have got to catch up with you guys. Deport the Terrys. Jobs are coming back to the U.S. Gas is down. Some food prices are leveling out. I hope things will get better as the years go. Also, I personally don't like the boob lights. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so those, I left them there just because they work. But I'm going to be sexifying them. No, I'm going to be modernizing those. So what I'm going to do is I'll either end up buying newer style, right? Or I'll eliminate some. But really, I'm thinking I'm just going to make some cool covers for them. Like really cool new style covers. Like maybe some stainless bar or stainless grid, like a long grid cover that you can then screw to each end. Something neat. I'm going to look online and find something neat for these lights. And if you guys can think of any or see any online that you like, put it in the comments. Put a link for it in the comments. Here's that face, girl. Yeah. Yeah, we need to start making income. That's right. Remember, guys, subscribe to my channel, please. We're going to be plumbing tomorrow, and we're going to be tiling herringbone. It's beautiful. Herringbone tiling backsplash with a black granite border. It's so beautiful. It's going to be so beautiful. All right. Blow these off. Okay. Oh, that was crazy. Whew, wow, I got something in my eyeball. Like and subscribe, people, please. I got a lot of neat stuff coming. We're going to be running PEX. We're going to be running PVC. We're going to be running my tile saw, which has 2 pumps that I put an extra pump in it. It's really, I hard-lined it. So the wire is hooked to the on and off switch, and the pump itself is hard-lined through, up and over and into the manifold or the bezel around the saw. So the first one starts out front on the circle, and then the new one comes right in the middle, and it drops right down, right on the cut, and it stops all that dust from, because when the saw came with just one on the front, and that just kind of wets the saw down. It really doesn't cool down the blade. So I made that one, I inverted it, and I made it spray just on the blade itself, literally to cool that carbide, that diamond blade down. And then my next one does as well. It goes right down on top of the blade, but it falls right on the cut. So all that extra water is falling right where all that dust would be, and it stops the big, huge dust cloud, and it cools down the cut. It cools down the tile while it's being cut. You know, it cools down the saw blade, everything. So I got 2 spots where the blade gets cool, and one, well, they both inherently wet the tile, but one of them literally lands right on the cut. So it's perfect. It's perfect. All right. It's pouring. It's pouring outside, everybody. It's pouring outside. And I have to open this trailer right here above my finger. And that hatch door is going to get soaked. And I hate it when that hatch door gets soaked, because every time it gets wet, it just makes it weaker and weaker and weaker. What'd you guys say up there? Yeah, it's raining and it's pouring. Gonna bring all these saws out the door and sawdust. Okay, I put that sawdust in another bucket with some more, because I'm using this bucket to hit the ceiling as I go. I'm not gonna bring the phone out there, but yeah. Fuck it, I'll do it. Travie Bear is snoring. Yeah, sleeping on the job. I'm losing, being a loser. That's what I'm doing. Just like always, right? Loser. Loser. Oh man, I gotta bring it around this damn cable. All right, I'm shutting the door. See that cable? I put my trailer too close. I should pull my trailer about 2 feet forward, but I think I got it. Okay. So I gotta bring this in, bring the wood to the cleats, make sure my blade is low. My blade is low. Now I can drop this red, drop my wheels, bring it in. Now I slide into the wall. That kickstand, those cleats line up with that kickstand and she fits right in there nice and snug like, right? And you'll see, this comes into play. This comes into play in a little bit, but I always keep it up there nice and tight out of the way. I should have moved this trailer about 2 feet forward. It is what it is. There ain't no getting out of it now. My name's Pitt, and you ain't talking your way out of this shit, boy. Pulp Fiction, Samuel L. Jackson. Remember to like and subscribe. We're gonna be putting a tile herringbone backsplash in. It'll be like whites, light grays, and grays, all herringbone, beautiful pattern, with a black granite border to match that black granite. It'll be so beautiful. Like and subscribe, guys. All right, here we go. This is gonna be the hard one, because it's so top heavy. So damn top heavy. You know what? I'm gonna come in on the other side. I'm gonna shut this door. I'm gonna shut that door. Come in over here. Spin it around. See, I don't play. I've done this for a minute. I've owned this saw for over 10 years. And I can work it. Mind you, I'm doing this one-handed, guys. This weighs about 100 pounds on the top. Actually, I'm going two-handed. Come on, baby. Okay, now I spin it around. Right, and I frame it up with that little drop in there and go, boom. Go fast enough. You don't even get caught. You sweep your tire up in tight, slide that over. Pull make sure this is out of the way. I drop this down this hole. Right there. Dropping down that hole. Okay. Husky letters out. Make sure I'm not hooked up to any plastic like this or this. Going straight down into the hole. Then I make sure I'm not hooked to this or this. Going right in between. Going right over to my kickstand that I built. See that kickstand right there? That stops this thing from falling because all it had was that. That 150-pound machine, there's no damn way. So first day I bought it, I fucking built that kickstand for it. Then we come right here. In between, you go in the mouth and out the nose. Lift up the D-ring, hook it to the D-ring, get it nice and square to itself, and tighten her down. Now remember, every time you click that, that's 1,200 pounds that it'll hold. And for 10 years, not one time has any of these fallen over or broken anything on either of these machines with that simple process right there. Now I could drive away and do donuts and that thing would never, ever topple over. All right. I know I need more. Okay, I gotta put Bob and Toby away. I should leave the ladder in here just in case we need it for masking. Sometimes it's easier to use the ladder to get up on higher spots than it is to use my work platforms. The work platforms are those. Those are the Gorillas. You can find those at Home Depot and they are so freaking sturdy. I'll show you what I did to make them stronger. So the weakest link in this whole thing was this. So over time that was gonna weaken up because you got aluminum. I'll show you here. So you just pull that lever and drop this down. So right there, so they didn't connect this seam and it was just folded. Yes, it's strong material, but I weigh 300 pounds. Then you get my material up there, then you get another guy holding another board, and these were the weakest links. But this is all aluminum, and this is all just galvanized steel. So there was, like I couldn't weld this to this, right? Because it's steel to aluminum. Maybe you can, but I don't know how to. Anyway, what I did is I ran a weld bead down this and got those to where they are welded together. And that stops this, it strong backs it. It basically gives it a strong back. It stops right at the weakest point where that would start to bend is now welded to this. So that's the only thing that Gorilla could have done better there. And you see, I welded it so that it will sit flush here. My beads were too much at first, but then I ground them down so that it sits nice and tight there. And you see, they welded this. See that? They welded that. That was them. They pinched it in, bent it, rolled it, and welded it. They should have done it right here as well, but they didn't. It's okay. I still love the Gorilla. Maybe I'll do a review sometime and show the different applications of that style of, because look, each one literally will go up another like 10 inches. So you see those little nipples down there, whatever, those knobs, you tighten those knobs together and you can pull that shaft down so the feet will come down about the same length as they are. All right. This is all my plumbing stuff. This is my hardware. It's all the hardware. And that's most of the PVC. This has to go in. The rollers have to go in. Those need to go back. And this trim needs to go back as well. So I need to order I need to ask Hammond to come pick them up. And what I'll do is I'll buy something that I need, and I'll have them grab the material when they leave. There's my electrical, plumbing, and PVC or PEX tube box down there. I got all this shims. I got these totes. I got to put underneath tarps, separate them later. That's my mud buckets. This table can go 100%. 100%. And this needs to be cleaned out 100%. This was my glue assembly. All right, here. See all the glue in there? Gotta clean that out. So this is a PVC base, pressure treated base with 2 Advantech layers. It's 1 foot on center joists. Then, like I said, 2 layers of Advantech, and then a layer of ProGen Target vinyl flooring. And then AZEK is dadoed and lipped in over it. And then they're also 45'd together. But then they also have a 45-degree bevel here as well. A little bit easier on the feet. I should have probably beveled the inside corner too, but I didn't want to weaken it. I could probably do that with by hand later, because I left this side a little sharp. I probably should have beveled it, but it was so weak I didn't want to break it during install. But that's all PVC. PVC cove molding, quarter round, custom trim, royal, and then 2, what the heck, 2 angled shelves, which are also quarter rounded in, and they're tucked in behind the royal too, and they're even behind the drywall in most of them. So they're all sealed in tight with oh, it's not in there. Loctite power grab, 0-second grab. It's and I use the white stuff so that it matches the white color. I like the clear as well. The clear is good for other things, usually outside products like roofing and other stuff like that. But you know, for interior, I just used the white. But that's not the finish. I have Shermax polyurethane based elastomeric sealant. It's the best. This stuff is the best. Freaking awesome. It's expensive, but I got 2 boxes of it. So plenty of sealant. And I also like to use Alex DAP. That's my favorite also for interior. When you're just sealing off, you know, gaps and cracks, interior, this is what you want to do. And then it hardens up, you paint over it, great. But the polyurethane Shermax, that stuff's a little different. This you can't clean with water. This stuff that's the power grab Loctite. That's the all-purpose adhesive. So you can use it for sealing down kitchen counters and stuff like that. Anything really. This is polyurethane. You got to use Goof Off for that. I always use the professional big gallon jug or quart, whatever the heck it is, the big one. But yeah, this stuff's the best for waterproofing. Exterior. And then you got the interior. It says exterior on it, I think. Where does it say it? I know it says it somewhere. Yeah. Interior, exterior. But I usually only use this for interior. It's got to be, well, I mean, it depends. If the client doesn't have the money, then I'm not going to spend the extra $3 a bottle if they don't want to spend the money on it, you know? Because it's not my money, it's their money. So I have to manage their money the correct way and find the most economical way to get them what they asked for. But you see all that glue? We're going to clean that up. Sorry about that. Because I use this jug quite a bit for different stuff. This drain is hooked straight to the main septic. It goes straight in. Tees right into it, 90. And then we, I forget what this is called. I know there's a name for it. Anyway, it's a 45 offset or something, I forget. We threw that in, and it's like a cactus. Kind of looks like a cactus. Or like a man doing this, or anyone doing this, right? And it arms up right there to the drain. So it goes boom, boom, and then straight into the main drain. So I got that cleaned out. That's good and great and grand. See how that's wicked foamy? Because it's coming straight off my water bladder. So I think that there's some sort of something sediment-wise that's getting caught in there, or that's coming off the water bladder maybe. I'm just trying to get all the glue off this brush before I put it away. I don't want to, it's a good brush, you know, somewhat good brush anyway. But there's a lot of glue in that brush, so we're just going to give it a few rinses. Now, after I run this water for a while, it stops foaming. So that's what tells me and my friend, who's a master plumber, that there's probably just sediment trapped in my bladder. But it's weird because I can get it cleaned out, and then all of a sudden I use it again maybe the next day or 2 days later, and it comes back. So if anyone knows what the heck's going on there, maybe chemical or scientific or chemistry-wise, that'd be cool to know. I don't have to worry about any of this. This is all sealed in so tight with adhesive. There's no way any water's getting through any of this. And all I do is just take the water and push it down in the drain. This is my toilet drain. There's been no poop in there because there is no toilet, and I don't pee down that. I don't, nothing. That's gross, right? I'll wait for the toilet if I have to use that, right? But I'm using it as a quick drain so that I can I could use the shower too, but because the shower is hooked up, but this is open. I basically put that cardboard there so I don't beat the hell out of the pan in my shower. I don't want to beat up my pan too much. Well, at all, really. Because if you're walking over it with dust on your feet and all that gross crap, it just scars it up. All right, one more rinse. Remember to like and subscribe, guys. I mean, I'm on the cusp. We're going to be plumbing in the morning, and I have a little bit more mud to go around. You know, it's basically the headache shit, the stuff that you don't want to do. But it's also stuff that I've seen throughout my wood build, you know, since I've been finishing off the trim. It's little stuff here and there that I've seen that's just been driving me absolutely off the wall. So I'm going to get all that done and out of the way. So there it is. Boom. That's for my glue. I put my bottle in there upside down with a little bit of water. And you see this, how that goes up? Right in there. It sits on top of that. and it keeps the glue alive so that you don't have all that gross boogers coming off your tip of your glue bottle in the morning. So I only do it when I'm using the glue, but I will, once I open that new one, I will put that in there and just keep it there. Because it stays shut, but it's upside down, and it's in that little tiny bit of moisture, and it's so tight around that vitamin water bottle that it doesn't allow the water to evaporate. So that water will stay in there for months and months. There's all my off shots. Shots that didn't make it. Okay, taking one for the team, I guess. I have to bring these out to the trailer in the rain. We also have to get that tile. I also have to get all these shims out. I have a lot of just stuff that a laborer would usually do. God bless everybody here. Make sure we like and subscribe, please. Hit that like button for me. And hit that bell. Make sure you subscribe so that you can follow my channel. And you guys will see, every time I'm live, you'll see updates on all my new projects. I'm about I don't know, maybe a week away from painting. And once you paint, you're done, you know. Painting is over with. You come in and take all the tape and the plastic off and put all the hardware back on. And you're good to go. Everything's sexy. Everything I have for hardware is all brushed nickel. Brushed nickel everything. So it'll match my handles, my A brackets, my hinges, my doorknobs, everything. Faucet, the valve, head spout, everything. So it'll be pretty cool. It'll look good. It's nice when you can do that with a new build, you know. You can pick. And that's a brand new toilet as well. So whoever gets to have this apartment in the future, you'll have a brand new shitter. It's like having a girlfriend that's never never mind. Get more butt than a toilet seat, right? Get it? I don't know. Probably weren't funny, but I'm funny looking, so that makes up for it, right? Let's see. Yeah, what do we got? Little pieces. This is the stuff that came out of the wall. So I had another bad spot that was bugging the hell out of me right there. I'm going to put a fan on that right now because that's going to take forever to cure. I don't mind keeping this in here, but I don't think we're ever going to use it. Like, to be completely honest. So I'm just going to tuck it on back in the corner. And she can just chill over there right out of the way, right? That can't be down. We got to keep that up and out of the way. What am I doing? What did I just say I was doing? Grabbing a fan. Excuse me. It's been a long ride, guys. But like I said, even the corners, everything is finished off. I put that trim on the face of the window. So I took all the molding, the corner molding up top. You see, this is the only place that I didn't take it off. And there's a reason why. It's the exterior wall. And I have a good feeling that there's going to be a big gap there. And all I wanted to do was just seal it in really tight with caulking. And you get the same exact effect. So, and look at all that crap. All the HVAC, that used to be gray and it stuck out like a sore thumb. But when I painted it, I was like, okay, I guess I won't box it in. But over this kitchen, I had to box that pipe in because it would have looked like crap. So, but yeah, all that's getting painted. You can see where the brackets were that held it. So I literally put nailers up there on the opposite side of this, where this board is. I posted it up with a post, temporary post, took the hangers off, and then I figured out where a nailer needed to go to set this wood on. I screwed that nailer in really well. Then I got my dimensions, and this is not, look, it's like 5 3/4 there and like 4 1/2 over here. I mean, it was just a mess to get done right. And then I quarter rounded everything. It took forever because every single piece of quarter round had to be dadoed around all these straps. So, and then I had to caulk them in because they looked like crap with, you know what I mean? So it was just a mess. But it was about a week long. It took me to do all that quarter round. But I got it done and it looks good. And that's the whole point. It's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it, right? No one said life was easy. We said, if you want, you can have whatever you want. It just depends on your willpower, etc., right? There's a lot of skeezy people that go out and steal, and they have life really easy and cheap and free, you know? And they don't pay their taxes because they don't claim their labor or their wages or whatever the hell, right? So they get life scot-free, basically. But I don't. I have to work for everything I earn. Everything I have ever had, I have had to work for, right? As a grown man. My parents took care of me as a kid, but I was basically, I moved out of my parents when I was 14. I had just turned 14 years old. I had, thankfully, my aunt, my grandmother, both my grandmothers, and my aunt made sure that I was okay, you know. So, but, you know, I had to learn a lot, get out there on my own and just kind of take life by the horns and figure it out. And I learned that you're never going to make anything if you do it dishonest. You have to work hard for your living, and you have to find a discipline that you love, that you can commit yourself to for the rest of your life, and learn how to basically take care of a family, you know? After all, succession of life is to procreate. So if you're going to procreate, you have to compensate and make sure that everything's held down, right? Basically, there's no rest for the wicked. No, just kidding. You just got to work hard. You got to fear God. You got to work hard. You got to love your family. You got to be a good person. Work hard, fear God, love your family. Be a good person. Every day. Just like Groundhog's Day. Every day, same thing. Every single day. Might be a different job, might be something new, but you're going to do the same exact thing. Work hard, fear God, love your family, be a good person. What else do I got, guys? I know I got to take this scrap out, but I don't want to do it in the rain. I have to fill up all the tires in my trailer, my trucks. I got a dually. I got 35s on my F-250. I got 21s or 22s on the Edge. I got another tandem axle flatbed trailer over there. I got a lawnmower and a wheelbarrow out back. I got bicycles I got to fill. So I'm going to check every single tire in the whole goddamn property. I got a Milton. I basically just got a tractor trailer truck. Bubble tube Milton. Those are the best, in my eyes. Always make sure if you're doing any plumbing or whatever, clog off the drain, because you're going to have methane vapors coming up from your septic tank or sewer lines. So where am I at? Basically, I have to call in this junk. Oh, duh, I got to go get I have to go get the tile saw. That's right. And I gotta bring the tile in as well. Get all that acclimated. The thing is am I tiling before I paint? Or am I painting before I tile? What should I do, guys? Remember to subscribe and like. We're plumbing all this out. I guess I can take my trash out. I still got to take all these drills and screws out. Let's put these where they belong. I also have to take this out, put this back in the shed, because I am not building countertops anymore. So I don't, or cabinets. I'm not building cabinets anymore, so I don't really need to. I don't really need that big, huge table in the way. All right, I can bring this trash over here though, that'll help. Give me a trash can there. What in the hell did I do? Lovely. Lovely lady. Okay. What do we got? Travi Bear, no. Could be PFAS. What does this mean? I'm going on a hiking date tomorrow with a goth girl. I have bought an inexpensive bottle of vodka. I want us to touch each other inappropriately. Love face. Huh. Subscribe to my channel, RDO Chori. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but you go ahead. Subscribe to my channel, buddy. Put in the comments, should I tile before I paint or paint before I tile? I know I need to paint before I tile. I know that, but I might just tile before I paint. I think I just might. Is there anyone in here? What's going on? Is anyone? Should I tile that backsplash with herringbone, fish scale style tiles and a black border, black granite border to match this? What should I do? Should I tile before I paint? Paint before I tile. This stuff has to go. All that wood has to go back. This has to go in the shed. I might just leave it. Yeah, I might just leave it because it will. All right. See that? That's shrinking in. See how it's kind of pitting in? See how it's falling in? That's exactly what I wanted. That's why I scrape so hard to pull it down. And that way I can mud over that. So what I'll do is I'll sand it. Once that all dries, I'll sand it down even more, and then I'll mud nice and flush. I'll give it 3 coats of nice, beautiful, airless mud. Look at this. Oh, God. There's all my misses. Wet mud in there. How's this looking? I got 2 more coats on that. Anyone subscribed to my channel yet? Any new guys? Tell me where you're from. I'm living in Maine, down East Maine, on the coast. Over, sort of near Canada, over near Bar Harbor, Nova Scotia style, between like the southern coast border and the mid-coast area, kind of. I know what I got to do. I just don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm really not a plumber, but I'm going to have to be right now. Maybe I can call my good buddy and he can tell me what the heck to do. No, I know how to set a drain. Basically, right now, I got to clean this off and put some coverage on it. Big time. You guys ever been to, where is this place? Biltmore? Who's ever been to the Biltmore? It's the most beautiful place, like a big palace way up in the country high hills. It's literally a castle. It's so pretty. You gotta have a membership to get in. There's something about my face that tells people I'm a crazy kook or whatever. And they were looking at me like, this isn't gonna get you in. I'm like, this is my ticket. They're like, no, you can't come in. I had to call my family to let me in. It was crazy. Yeah, exactly. Gorgon. Tell him, he's wild. The boy is crazy. He's off his rockers. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. He's probably already had 1 expensive bottle of vodka, and now he's getting another one for tomorrow. I don't know. As long as he subscribes and doesn't say too much crazy shit, I'm okay. You just got to be somewhat cool, right? Tempered. Temper yourself, friend. Temper yourself. Look how dirty this is. All right. Let's get some coverage. We'll get some coverage on this countertop here. That is white birch plywood, 1/4 inch, good stuff. Oh, good man. Appreciate it. Hey, I'm working hard. Trying. That's all I can do is just try. I get pushed down quite a bit, but, you know, you just got to keep trying. The more you try, the more you'll learn, I guess. That rag wet. Go down this corner. Cab counter corner. Counter. Holy crap, that was dirty. It's already gross. It's all right. I got sealer coming. We're gonna polish this up and seal it off really nice. I actually have to buy some cleaner. There's this stuff, this pink stuff. I don't know. They referred to it as pink stuff that really gets any weird stains off this. Wow, I got a lot of sealant or mud stuck on this. All of it washes off though. Anyone else sub me? It'd be a huge help to my channel. I'm just starting out. I never even realized that like this was a cool world to connect with people and help people understand certain things, and then I can learn. I've learned so much on YouTube. It was almost like I felt like I had to give back, you know? Because YouTube really helped me a lot in a lot of different times. So I figured, well, if there's guys putting stuff on that teach me, then maybe I can put stuff on that teach other people. And then we can fill the demand for what people are looking for. Just cleaning this countertop real quick. So I have the epoxy coming to fill this stuff and polyacrylic for the top. And then I'll polish all this off and seal it up tight. If I can get that somewhat dry. Yeah, this piece of granite was free and it's finished exactly how I needed it to be. It's weird, but it happened, so I'm using it. Some people didn't want me to use it, but I said, no, I'm not lugging this thing around with me everywhere I move. And I'm not leaving it here unless it's installed. So we're getting it right now. You guys can follow this channel and see how I built every single square inch I've touched at least once. Some of them I've touched probably 50 times. It's crazy. Wow. Holy crap. I don't know why I did that. I do know why. I gotta open this crap. Oh yeah, I'm saving this. That's right. Where is it? Right here. So I'm stopping countertops from getting too beat up. Do I have any other? No, these are full sheets. Those all got to go back. That's the thing. If you order too much, at least you had what you needed. If you order too little, well, you cut yourself short. Now you don't have what you need. Look at this. That's perfect. I can fold this. Ew. Look at that. Coverage, right? Once I get that drain in, it'll all be good. Let's see if I can get a little bit more. Because I'm going to be painting and, it's going to be a mess. It's going to be a mess. What else do I have in here? That looks good. Right there. What's that? That just dented my goddamn... See, this is what bugs me about. I can't ever... Look. All right, it's not bad. It's not as bad as I thought. I can sand that down. I have to seal that off anyway. Probably going to sand it down and epoxy that lip, something. Just lay epoxy over it so it hardens up and protects itself. I'll tape the top off, and then I'll tape around the vinyl flooring. So I'll sand it nice and white, nice and good, get it all perfect. And I'll tape in here. And I'll tape right on this edge. And I'll brush some polyacrylic or some type of, probably just polyacrylic clear. And it'll harden up. Yeah, he's high. He's definitely high. He's off the rockers. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's up with that guy, but he said what he said, I guess. He must have had some intent. I don't get it, but hey, to each their own. I'm not going to come on here and act like a god and tell him he can't talk, because that would be like Gestapo bootlicking crazy stuff. But it was pretty disrespectful. It was. Okay, so get this. Look at that. We pull this over here. And we're protected. We have our edges protected. Lovely. Cool. That makes me feel much better. Now I can, I have to move all that for my plumbing, but I could set up my trunk here and just figure out what in the hell I even have in this box. That's got to go back. I'm keeping this though. Ooh, that's cold. I got to acclimate this. So I'm just going to put, so that way this thing doesn't seize up on me. I'll show you guys what I do. It's been a long ride, and I can't believe that I'm actually here. I'm here right now, basically almost done. I need you guys to sub, because don't lose this. I'm telling you, this place is gonna be so beautiful. The doors are gonna match the walls and the trim, all gonna match. This beautiful, nice, there's not gonna be one paint drip anywhere. Not even one. Not a holiday, not a teardrop, nothing. Every single piece of metal is gonna shine beautiful. All the stuff on the ceiling is gonna be hide away with what? And I'm gonna make, or I'm going to buy some really cool modern shades for these. I'm thinking stainless, long grid pattern flats that are like bent on the edges that I can put up there and then screw into the edge. That would be cool as hell. But that's kind of a man cave thing. Tell me what you guys think. Look online, everybody, and try to figure out cool shades for these, and throw a link in the comments, please. Throw a link in the comments for some really cool shades. I don't even know what the hell these lights are called. Tube lights, boob lights. The guy in the comments called them boob lights. Gorgon, was it Gorgon? No, it was Z3H. Z3H. He subbed too. He was like, dude, you're doing a great job, but I don't really like the boob lights. I'm like, yeah, me neither. So we're gonna dress him up. We're gonna dress him up, because everybody said it. And the glass door. That used to be like a restaurant or business glass door. So I'm probably gonna do something with that, but I'm gonna keep it for now. So any cool suggestions for the glass door? I'm gonna keep it for now. So like, what could I do to dress it up? I was thinking like chalk paint, put some black chalk paint like up to maybe the bar, and then put a curtain in, like a curtain, just a small curtain that you can open or shut, you know? Like they're gonna want curtains here too, because that nosy neighbor over there is gonna constantly stare in. You know what I'm saying? And what else? Clicker drain. Oh, so I bought myself a couple different styles, just in case. Got those. That should have gone back. That's for the kitchen. Okay. Some PEX fittings. All right, I'm gonna need these. What are these? Split floor ceiling plate. Oh, split plate. So those will go on my PVC, my PEX tubing. Okay. So I got PEX fit valves as well, which are pretty neat. Yeah, these are all PEX tubing valves. And that's just a compression ring. So, yeah, just a compression ring there. So I don't need these because we eliminated that and we went straight to the 90. Well, that just goes on, and it is the valve itself. And those are even way cheaper, because then you'd have to buy a valve and this. But I think I left them just in case I needed to run a 90 somewhere, like at the water tank or something. And then I got these hinges that also need to go back to Home Depot. Matter of fact, I'm keeping them because if these break or if I make something different, I can use these hinges. So where should I put them? Where should I put them? I know that I have, oh shoot. I'll just keep them in here until we finish the build. And this is going right there. Can you guys hear me now? So that swan sink's gonna go right there. Single handle pull down. Really nice faucet. I like that style myself. Right here. Wicked beautiful. You guys like that? Anyone? Throw a like in the, hit that thumbs up. Look, it don't even fit. Damn. It's not going on for a while anyway. I still have to put shelves in here too. And I have to paint the inside. So that's gonna be a process. When I break out the paint, it'll be done. So once I plumb that trunk out, then I can put my shelf in. I have a board outside that's it's all tucked in dry, but I had to put it outside because it's too long and wide. But it's a nice wide board that goes, and I'm gonna make an L shelf and try to go underneath, but probably just cut it right off at the sink. But I didn't want to put it in until I was done because I didn't want it to be in my way. But it has to be in before I paint. That's the biggest thing. Because I have to paint it in nice and tight. These are my dirty rags that are still usable. I just bring them inside, clean them off, and then I can reuse them. So, get rid of those. All right. So where is my bathroom? My bathroom faucet. Oh, shoot. Did I plan on reusing? I have my drain, but I need my faucet. Need. Let's see the condition of this. Well, that's got the whole damn hookup right there. It's got it all. I got 2 sinks and 2 pedestals, actually. Yeah, I got 2 pedestals. No, 1 wall hangs. I think they both wall hang, but they have a pedestal for it. Pretty sure I have 2 pedestals. Anyway, was I really going to reuse that? I can't find the bathroom faucet. I must have planned to reuse the others, which is kind of silly in a way. But one of them is really nice, so I understand why I was thinking that way. There's a P-trap right there. And a trunk, to be honest. These are for my toilet. This is for my shower. Not blued stub for flange. It's a big one. Coupler, J-hook. Which one did I? Is it this one? No. One of these damn things. I gotta return them. I don't know where. Oh, they're all from... So I need a piece of PVC in that. Pretty sure. Yeah, that goes in there. And then this goes... Yeah, that's it right there. So it's this and this. Boom, that's from my toilet. Okay, this is excess. That's excess. This is for my shower. These need to come. I need this for the drains. Plumber's putty. You just put it around that flange and it sits in there nice and tight. There's my other P-trap from my bathroom. It's lovely. That's my stub out for the bathroom. What else? A lot of this is just... All right, this is from my damn toilet. I can install that anytime now. Just to get it done and out of the way. This, I'm just going to let this chill because I'm not ready to put that in yet, I don't think. Odin, come pop up. Come on, Bubba. He's a good puppy dog. Yes, he's a good puppy dog. I'll pick up the chip so you don't eat it, okay? It's okay. He ate a chip of the vinyl flooring, and it got stuck and bound up in his colon, and he couldn't get it out. I had to take him to the vet to secure his life, make sure he was going to live. And they got him taken care of, but it was a scary time. Yeah, but he come back about an hour later, and he was just fine. A little sore. Good pup. I'm sitting there cutting. And he was so good about not touching this specific material. And then I'm over here in the bathroom one day, and I'm cutting away, and I'm keeping in here. So I'm stuck in the bathroom, basically. But I had my chop and my table saw in here at first. And all my ends were falling off the backside of my table saw. So these long, thin, skinny rips of these vinyl planks to get in around all this stuff. And he was laying behind the table saw, laying there chewing on the ends. And I didn't even see him. I didn't realize it. I thought he went back outside. He was wicked quiet. And then all of a sudden he stood up and he just sat there right next to it until I saw that there was a pile of chewed up planks. And you could tell he was, look, even as I'm talking about it, he's like, ugh, I know what you mean. That hurt, Dad. Yes, I'm sorry, Bubba. I should have made sure you didn't chew them. My good boy. Yes, you love Papa. I love my baby boy. Yes, you good puppy. You want to go back outside? He doesn't like coming in here anymore because he got, chewed. He was chewing them planks. And it doesn't break down like wood. He's always chewed on all this stuff. Always. And it doesn't even matter. But I was 3 days so careful, and then all of a sudden he got into that stuff. It was horrible. I felt horrible. I brought him to the vets, made sure he had a surgery, or whatever the heck they did to him to get that. It was said there was a lot of like chunks, little tiny sawdust type. So he chewed it up good, but it just didn't break down the way it needed to. Okay. Why do I have different size bathroom and kitchen? So I have two different styles there, or just two of the same? Well, I have a double sink. Look, I got the better fit, and that's for when I put the toilet in. What's going on, Paul? What are you, scared? He gets scared, and he barks when he gets scared. What, do you want to go inside? Want to go see the girls? You want to go see the girls? Yeah. Go see Koba. Come on, Pop Up. Come on, baby. Go on in there. Well, he's taken care of. At least he's inside dry. We have to lock the door because he just opens it. He knows how to open the lever. All right, so there are a few things that I'm going to need. Kitchen drain. I don't have it. What the hell? Got a bathtub drain. Toilet drain. I'm missing something. Yeah, I got more. Yeah, because my shower head, I got a long, what do you call that? It's got the hose with the spout that you can it's like a hose shower head with the wand, long wand. Oh, shoot. Shoot, ba-doo. Shoot, ba-doo, ba-doo, ba-doo. Yeah. Is this light even? Yeah, the light works. That's good. Okay. I have to fix that pooling. There's. All right. Oh, what a mess. Okay, kitchen drain. Well, I need more than one. Maybe I can have it here by Monday if I order another one. Huh. Fixed post. Yeah, because my original plan was to do a single. Why didn't I think of this way before? I don't need that anymore. There's all my tile. All my doorknobs for the interior. Everybody sub up, subscribe, hit that like button. So right now, I'm just figuring out what the heck I need to do. What I need to go grab at the store, basically. All right. What a What a mess. I got a lot, actually. There's quite a bit that I'm going to have to go grab. Look at that box. Whole box of all kinds of stuff fell from here. What the heck? All right, this is going to be whole gallon. What the frig? Good thing that didn't leak everywhere. And not good gas. It's in a good gas can. What's this? Oh, that's the top of my bad toilet that I don't need anymore. Set that up here, I guess. All my tiling stuff, I'm gonna have to get to that. All right, so I'm gonna call it a day. Let's pick this shit up first, though. Brake fluid, oil, all kinds of stuff in there. I don't need that leaking everywhere. Gear oil, motor oil, power steering fluid, OxyClean oh, there's I gotta put that in today. All right, map gas, brake fluid, map gas, rubber. That's what made it spill right there. Got a bunch of rubber seals here. I'll just put them in with that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to clean this stuff because I got tile I gotta get. There's a big mess in here. All my tool belts. Look how many tool belts? That's a whole tote full of tool belts, all custom made. 14-inch sawdust. See, you can throw sawdust down on this crap. There was nothing leaked though. I lucked out. I lucked out really good there. Could have had a gas leak. Could have had all that shit spill, to be honest. Okay. I probably should bring this in. Shower curtain. I don't know. I'll just put her in here for now. Curtain rod, there we go. I need to get into all this because I have all my tiling buckets. Yeah. I got bags of grouting in there and everything. Lovely. Ah, that fucking hurt. Wow, that hurt. Oh, right on the tip of my finger. Oh, that fucking hurt. Okay. That's all stuff for the pellet stove. Anything? This is all just electrical. I think. Some extra. Cool. I'll put those in when I'm done. Give them some nice 10-year. Ow! God, that hurt right there. Taking that back to him. Fuck, that hurt. Oh. All right, so tomorrow we got a big day. Most of this stuff is cleaned out. Tomorrow we are we're gonna be, I gotta make sure that I get the stuff for plumbing though. Because I'm missing a kitchen drain. I'm missing a bathroom faucet. I gotta bring this tile saw in. I gotta bring a bunch of tile stuff from the back in. It's just pouring out right now. So, I don't know. Maybe I can get this stuff. Sorry about that, people. There. Just got everything just kind of hanging out. Can you just stay open, please? Please just stay open. Holy smokes, man. Ooh, got some rope and some weed whacker line. Nice. There's that OxyClean. That's got all more rubber stuff in it too. You kidding me? That's why I put this damn thing away. Because it just won't shut up. It's got a light on it though. That's really cool. It'll light up the stairwell. If anything bad happens. Oh. Yeah, I gotta clean this place out. Holy crud. What's in there? Old dirty rags. Good for chainsawing. All right, I'm putting stop to this. Damn door. All right. Some used motor oil. An old fishing net. Basically, that's really nice actually. Okay. Let's get this dang thing out of here. She's really top heavy. Nice rock rakes right there. Very good rock rakes. I think I got them for like $5. They were on sale one day, and I just walked into them. $5. Nice wooden handle like that. Okay. That curtain rod that I have to save. Oh, that's where look at that. I found my trash can lid. One of them, at least. All right. Let's get this tile saw pulled out. Get all these chairs out of its hair. Nice chairs, though. It's for like softball games. Whatever. Okay. We're bringing it inside. Here we go. Keep that door nice and make sure it stays shut. Open, sorry. Been a long day. All right. Remember to sub up, and if you can, throw me a like. Thank you very much. Oh, geez, whoa. And be careful. Don't want to scratch up the floor. Oh, it's got stoppers. We're good. Okay. All right. The rest is for tomorrow. I'm cold. Stimulated here. Just overly stimulated. Okay. I gotta grab the keys and lock everything up. Get this back door. But first I need to, so that's for the kitchen. I have plenty turns. So that's one, but I'll have to add one. I need another 90 here. Now that needs to go inside. So yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna come through, make sure I have everything I need. I got stub outs. Make sure I have all this in one sitting. Plenty of split faces. I have plenty of valves. I have plenty of hoses in different sizes. I got my bathroom. I gotta find that wand. There's a wand, like a separate wand somewhere. It's in one of these boxes. It's in the trailer. It's somewhere here. Might even be in the back, in this back room, in one of the drawers. I gotta put this fire alarm back on. I was like trying to today and left it in that pallet shed, and I felt bad because I couldn't find it for like months. But I got it now. There we go. See? Boom. And we know it works. We know that dang thing works because it just screamed at us. And it's got a light, which is really cool. So if you're in the night, it will light up the stairwell there too. So, hey, appreciate everybody coming. Hanging out. Where are we? Yep. Oh, it's been a long day. Before I go, I gotta put mud up there. I don't know, I should let that cure. I'm gonna let that cure, definitely. Maybe put a fan in the kitchen. No. It's right next to the HVAC, it'll be fine. Just gotta shut the lights off. Hey, appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't subbed, please sub. It really will help the channel, and you guys can stay connected with me. So, God bless everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Main man Squanto, out.